If you've just lost the love of your life, I want you to pause. Before you say yes to anything, before you sign that paper, give something away, or make a single big decision, please hear me out. Grief is heavy. It clouds our judgment, and in the days, weeks, and even months after losing a spouse, many people make decisions they later deeply regret. Not because they were careless, but because they were heartbroken, overwhelmed, and trying to survive. In this video, we're going to walk through 5 painful mistakes that are all too common after the death of a spouse. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to protect you. These insights come from real people, just like you, who went through unimaginable loss and learned the hard way what they wish someone had told them sooner. So if you're in that place right now, hurting, grieving, unsure of what to do next, take a deep breath. Let's talk about what not to say yes to, and how to move through this chapter with grace. Strength and peace. Point 1. Don't make big financial decisions too soon after losing a spouse. The world doesn't just feel quieter, it feels uncertain. The person you once made every decision with is no longer by your side. And now, all the pressure falls on you. The house, the bank accounts, the investments, the paperwork, it's overwhelming. In those first few weeks or months, it might feel like making fast decisions will help you regain control. But grief has a way of clouding your thinking. What feels logical in the moment may not be what's best long-term. Margaret, 74, sold her family home just months after her husband passed. Everyone told her it was the smart move, less space, fewer bills. So she did it, but once the shock wore off, she realized she wasn't ready. She missed her neighbors, the garden they planted together, and the comfort of home. That apartment never felt like hers. Her story isn't rare. In the fog of grief, it's easy to say yes to things just to quiet the noise. But those yeses can become lifelong regrets. Whether it's selling a home, making a large investment, or giving away money to children or charities, take a pause. There is no financial emergency more urgent than your emotional healing. This isn't the time for big moves. It's the time for breathing, for mourning, for finding your feet again. Wait a year if you can. Talk to a trusted advisor, not just well-meaning friends. The best decisions are made with clarity, not sadness. And your future deserves that clarity. You've already lost so much, don't lose your peace of mind. 2. Don't isolate yourself from friends and family after losing the one you shared your life with. Silence can feel like the only thing that understands you. The phone rings and you let it go to voicemail. The invitations come, but you politely decline. You tell yourself, I just need more time. And while some solitude is healing, shutting the world out completely can turn your grief into something even heavier, loneliness. Walter, 78, lost his wife of 52 years. At first, he needed the quiet, but days turned into weeks. Then months. The walls of his home started to close in. He stopped answering calls, skipped holidays, and barely left the house. The more he withdrew, the harder it became to rejoin life. It wasn't until a neighbor knocked on his door and invited him for coffee that something changed. That simple moment of connection reminded him, people still cared. He wasn't alone. You don't have to be ready for parties or big gatherings. But don't push away every hand that reaches for you. Connection doesn't mean pretending you're okay. It means allowing others to sit with you in the not okay. A walk with a friend, a phone call, A few minutes in the sun with someone you trust. These small acts remind your heart that it's still beating for something. Grief is not a burden you're meant to carry alone. Let others in, not because they can fix it, but because they can help you feel less lost. You don't have to say much. Just show up, bit by bit, day by day. Let the world remind you that life, though different now, still holds space for you. 3. Don't neglect your health and well-being after your spouse passes. Even the smallest routines can feel meaningless. You wake up and realize there's no one to cook for, no one to share the day with. Meals become optional. Medications go untouched. Doctor's appointments are postponed, because in the fog of grief, it's hard to care about anything, especially yourself. But here's the truth. Taking care of your health isn't selfish. It's survival. James was 81 when he lost his wife. He stopped eating regular meals, slept poorly, and stayed in bed most of the day. His daughter noticed he was growing weaker and gently encouraged him to eat, even just something small. Over time, he began cooking simple meals again, drinking more water, taking short walks, and slowly, the heaviness began to lift, not all at once, but enough to remind him that he still mattered. Grief can make you feel like your life ended with theirs. But it didn't. You're still here. And your body, your heart, your mind, your breath, deserves care. Even when it hurts. It's okay if you're not ready to be active or motivated. Just start small. A healthy meal, a short walk, a check-in with your doctor. Each small step is a promise to yourself. I'm not giving up. Your spouse wouldn't want you to fade away. They would want you to live, to honor their memory not by suffering, but by surviving. Prioritizing your well-being is not moving on, it's moving forward with strength. And every day you choose to care for yourself is a day you begin to heal. In body and spirit. 4. Don't rush into a new relationship after the person you built your life with is gone. The silence can feel unbearable. The empty chair at the dinner table. The bed that suddenly feels twice as large. The loneliness is more than emotional, it's physical. In those moments, the idea of companionship feels like rescue. And sometimes, we rush into something new not because we're ready, but because we're desperate to fill the void. Barbara, 72. Lost her husband after nearly 50 years of marriage. Just months later, she met someone through a friend. It felt comforting at first, having someone to talk to eat with, to distract her from the grief. But the relationship moved too fast. Deep down, she knew she hadn't truly healed. The guilt crept in, the confusion grew. Eventually, she stepped away, not because she didn't want love, but because she realized she needed time. Love after loss isn't wrong, but it must come from a place of peace, not pain. When your heart is still grieving, it's hard to know what's real and what's simply a refuge from the silence. You deserve a relationship rooted in truth, not in escape. If someone truly cares, they'll wait. You don't need to prove that you're okay. You don't need to replace the love you lost. You only need to honor it, and allow yourself time to rediscover who you are now. When and if you choose to love again, let it be from a place of wholeness. Not because you need someone to hold your broken pieces together, but because you've taken time to gently gather them on your own. Love will find you again. But first, let yourself heal. 5. Don't hold on to everything out of fear after losing your spouse. The things they left behind can feel sacred. Their shoes by the door. Their toothbrush still on the sink. The sweater still hanging on the chair. It feels impossible to touch, let alone move. Any of it. You worry that letting go means forgetting, that if you give away the shirt, clear the closet, or change the furniture, you're somehow erasing them. But the truth is, love isn't held in objects. It's held in memory, in your heart, in the life you shared. Harold, 76, left his home untouched after his wife of 55 years passed away. For months, nothing changed. Her clothes remained. Her perfume sat on the dresser. Her side of the bed stayed perfectly made. At first, it gave him comfort, but as time went on, he realized walking through the house felt like walking through a museum of grief. The space that once brought warmth now echoed with sadness. Slowly, gently, he began to let go, not of her, but of the things that kept him stuck. He donated some clothes. He kept her favorite book, a framed photo, and the necklace she wore every Sunday. And with each step, the house began to feel less like a shrine and more like home again. Letting go doesn't mean the love is gone. It means you're making room for life to continue. You don't need to rush. Take your time. Choose a few special keepsakes to hold close. Create a space that honors them while still allowing you to breathe. If others pressure you to move on, remember, this is your journey, not theirs. But also remember, clinging to everything out of fear may be holding you back from healing. You are not leaving them behind. You are learning to carry them with you. Not in things, but in spirit. And in doing so, you're allowing both grief and grace to live in the same space. That is not forgetting. That is love. Evolving. Losing a spouse is not just the loss of a partner. It's the loss of a shared world. Every routine is disrupted. Every corner of the home whispers memories. And every decision suddenly feels heavier than it ever has before. In the midst of that deep grief, it's easy to feel lost, uncertain, and vulnerable. That's why the choices we make during this fragile time matter so much. In this video, we've walked through 5 important things you should say no to after losing your spouse, not because you're weak, but because you deserve the space, time, and clarity to heal. We began with the reminder not to rush into major financial decisions. In the early stages of grief, your emotions can blur your judgment. Selling a home, giving away money, or investing too quickly may seem like the right thing at the time. But too often they lead to regret. Grief is not the moment for big change. It's the moment for pause, reflection, and stabilization. We then explored the danger of isolation. While it's natural to want time alone, shutting out those who love and care about you only deepens the pain. Connection, no matter how small, has the power to bring light back into your world. A coffee with a neighbor, a walk with a friend, or even just answering the phone can remind you that life hasn't left you behind. Next, we talked about the importance of caring for your health. Grief impacts the body as much as it does the heart. Skipping meals, ignoring medical appointments, or losing sleep are easy traps to fall into, but your well-being still matters. Your spouse would want you to keep living fully and with care. We also spoke about love. Not the love you lost, but the love you may seek again. A new relationship can be beautiful, but only when entered with clarity, not desperation. Take your time. Heal first. The right companionship, if it's meant to come, will arrive when your heart is ready, not when your loneliness is loudest. And finally, we addressed the weight of possessions. The things your spouse left behind, clothes, photos, favorite mugs, can feel like pieces of them. But holding on to everything can sometimes hold you back. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means allowing love and memory to evolve into something that supports your healing, not traps you in your grief. So what's the lesson here? Healing takes time. There's no perfect timeline, no right or wrong way to grieve. But what you say no to in the early days of loss can protect your peace, your future, and your ability to live with strength and purpose. Say no to rushing. Say no to silence. Say no to neglecting yourself. Say no to filling the void too quickly. Say no to carrying more than your heart can hold. Say yes to time. Yes to care. Yes to connection. Yes to gentle healing. Yes to life again. If this video brought you comfort or gave you clarity, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. We're building a space where older adults can feel seen, supported, and strengthened, no matter what season of life they're in. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell, and stay with us. You don't have to walk this path alone. We're here with you, one step, one breath, one day at a time.